So we're about to do your favorite thing. It's fractions and word problems. So fractions are everywhere in life. Word problems are like the whole reason we have math is because why would we do any math if we didn't have a reason to do it? And so without a word problem, there's not really a reason to do that math. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that you'll see later on in physics if you go to there. I have velocity, which is velocity equals distance over time. So we take if d equals 50 miles and t equals 2 hours, what is the velocity? Be sure to include your units. So we get v equals 50 over 2. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to say 50 divided by 2 is 25. So I get v equals 25. And since it's said to include units, I'm going to say that this was miles per hour. So it was miles over hour. So we're going to say MPH, miles per hour. Okay. Density. This shows that density equals mass over volume. So if we have a mass of 50 kilograms and we have a volume of 25 cubic centimeters, what is density? So we're going to go ahead and put rho, that's what density is, equals, it's that weird like P thing. So rho equals 50 over 25. So I'm going to do the math, and I'm going to say 50 divided by 25 is 2. So I get 2 kilograms per centimeter cubed. Okay, because I have to include those units again. So I have acceleration equals the final velocity minus the initial velocity over time. Okay. So my final velocity is 20 meters per second squared. The initial velocity is 10 meters per second squared. And the time occurs over 5 seconds. So the speed we're going, the velocity we're going, is 10. The velocity when we ended was 20. And my time is 5. That equals acceleration. So 20 minus 10 equals 10 over 5. Over 5 equals 2. And then we're going to put it in units. So on top we had meters per second squared. On bottom we had time. So this really works out to be, an S per seconds. Okay. And I'm telling you that this is going to turn into meters per second cubed. Extra credit if you can tell me why. Okay. So I'm just looking for like a little spiel on why that's meters per second cubed, not seconds squared, not just seconds. Like, what was the math to get there? Extra credit if you can do that. So I have momentum. So momentum we use a P for. Don't ask me why. We use P equals mv. So our mass here was 10. Our velocity here was 10. So I get 10 over 10 equals 1. And I'm going to show my kilograms per meter per second squared. So when I write something like this, I'm going to end up with 1 kilogram meter, and then this gets second squared on top. I wonder why. it's important for me to note that something on here is not correct in terms of physics. So you can't just look your extra credit up.